What's up everyone, it's Neon Velocity. I'm back with another Gears 5 video, and today we're going to be talking about how to unlock the Heroic Venom Weapon Set as fast as possible. There are two methods to do this, however, it's not the Surge anymore. So if you're new to my channel, I have been a big advocate of the Surge, but the Surge is no longer relevant. It is relevant if you want cards, and that's really about it. Now, how do we do this? What are we doing? Let's kind of go and take a deep dive into it as fast as we possibly can. There are now 3 methods to get to level 20 as fast as you possibly can. It's going to be the Overload on Master Horde Speedrun. You have the Surge on Insane difficulty, and for a limited time, Jingle Juvies. So if you're interested in something that's not as, I'll say, as brain dead as the Surge, you're going to want to do Overload and Jingle Juvies. But not just because it's not just for brain deadness, it's also because of the fact that it's the most efficient method going forward. So what I've done is I've made some charts that kind of explain this, and I'll take a deeper dive into it as well, and then kind of walk you through what you have to do inside the actual game. The total amount of runs it will take you to go from level 1, meaning you have no profile or class experience, to level 20. For each of these runs, for Jingle Juvies, it will take you 9. It will take you 9 runs. That's it, 9 runs of Jingle Juvies on Inconceivable through the matchmaking section. It will get you there if you go waves 1 through 20 and succeed in that horde match. Then if you want to do Overload, you can do Overload on Master difficulty. It will take you 18. And of course the Surge, my old tried and true method, is now at 148. So it's been here, it hasn't changed. It's a good method if you want cards, but it's not the most effective method to get this Heroic Venom set. So keep that in mind. Now, why is it going to only take 9, 18, or 148? We needed to kind of look at this a little bit. So how do you get there? To understand how we get there, you have to look at the total character XP required to reach level 20. Now, the way that the Coalition has done this is they've just kind of, in my mind, is added a little bit of like experience on per level. So where you really start seeing the ramp up is, and always has been, right here at level 16 and now all the way to 19. Now it doesn't say level 20 here, I get it. Neon, where's level 20? Well, because once you reach 100,000 at level 19, you're level 20. There's no more to go yet. Now, with that being stated, if you take all of this XP per level that you need, you will get a cumulative number of 386,100. That is a lot of experience, but it's not that bad because of the 4 times multiple that we have going on until January 4th. So take this into consideration, that this is the total amount of XP per class to reach level 20. Based off this, to level 1 class, from level 1 to 20, for Jingle Juvies, Inconceivable, or Overload, it will roughly take you the same amount of time, 6 hours, compared to the Surge being 12. And honestly, that wasn't a bad amount of time back in the day a couple months ago. So we're now cutting it in half again. So the Coalition has been very generous with the 4 times experience multiple, and Jingle Juvies and Overload give you a little bit of variety, but I will tell you my favorite. It's going to be Overload, just because of the fact that they're shorter rounds, less people getting fatigued and tired. It's 12 waves compared to 20, and it's just a little bit more action, and it can be faster than the time that I'm going here. I'm using, again, I'll dive into this here in just a moment. I'm using some numbers just to kind of give you an idea of what the average time could be expected if you do this. So let's talk about Jingle Juvies, because that's the special playlist for Horde right now, which are very few and far between. So again, it would take you 9 total runs to go from level 1 to 20. And the reason for that is because you take the total class experience required, 386, and divide it by about 44,000 experience per your class. That's how much experience you should be expecting when you do waves 1 through 20 on Conceivable, somewhere between the 42 to maybe about 50,000 class experience. It just depends if you have ally bonuses and things of that nature. So and how well you do. I don't have the exact numbers, and the reason for it is because when I did this run, I was already about 45,000 experience away, roughly, and I actually surpassed the amount of experience needed. So once I reached level 20, the XP that I earned is irrelevant. So do know that there is a factor form of somewhere of about 8,000, but I could be wrong with that number, so keep that in mind. There's obviously caveats about the time spent in the match. Now, you should get about 35 total cards when you're going from level 1 to level 20, which is not a lot in comparison to the Surge, who gives you 591. Now, in terms of total hours, it's only going to take you roughly 6 hours, but here's the reason that this is a little fatiguing. If you look at this, we have to take the total amount of runs, 9 runs, and multiply it by the amount of time that we're going to be spending in the match. In this particular inconceivable match, I spent roughly 40 minutes in that Horde wave of waves 1 through 20, and you have to divide it by the amount of time in hours, which is 60 minutes. So we are getting about 6 hours of play time to go from level 1 to level 20 in Jingle Juvies. And so that is really the way that Jingle Juvies works. And I'll go over later in the video about what you need to do a little bit and kind of how we played it out. But regardless, that's how you do that. Now, for Overload has been a tried and true method over the last several months. The Coalition has done ways to try to like change with the balancing, but it's still very fast and effective, so you can do this as well. So again, it's going to take you 18 runs right here to go from level 1 to 20, and then of course you're going to get about 70 cards because you're doing more runs. You're doing double the runs, right? You're doing 18 compared to 9 from Jingle Juvies, so you're going to get about 6 hours of gameplay again. And the reason for it is because you're going to be averaging about 20 minutes. Now, you can do this very fast. I think you can do this in somewhere between 12 to 15 minutes, so you can really crank this out very quickly. But of course, you're going to have a strong 5-man group. So all you have to do is play Overload on Master, and you can be there, done and over fairly quickly. And all of this just goes to show you just how fast you can beat all of this without having to do Escape anymore. Now, Escape was the best method to get experience back in the day, but it's not there anymore. I know that there's other ways to get account and profile and class experience, but through your daily objectives and everything of that sort. But this is now the best method to do either one of these, at least until January 4th. But once January 4th passes, Jingle Juvies may not be an option anymore. So make sure that you're checking out Overload on Master difficulty. So I'm going to switch it into the actual game real fast and kind of just show you the progress that I have made since doing these runs over the last couple of days. In order to do Jingle Juvies, you would have to go to Horde, go to Jingle Juvies, and turn on Inconceivable. Now with Inconceivable, you're going to have Survivor, so there's no restarts, more health, the enemies have more health, more lethal where they're doing more damage, regen penalty where you do not regenerate your health as quickly, execution rules, and regeneration. So it's just really everything that benefits the AI is going to be taking place here. However, what I like to do is the Overload method, and I just like to do a host private so I have control of it. I create my lobby, and then I will go straight down over here to the left, find Overload, and change this to Horde Frenzy. Now, take off Fill with Bots, lobby browser visibility, make it visible, and then I just like to say Overload Speedrun, and then I put my name. That way people can recognize who's hosting it, and we can get this done and over with as fast as possible. Now, when you're doing Master difficulty, you can run Survivor, more health, more lethal, regen penalty, execution rules, regeneration, and power drain. You can definitely do this. I mean, it does not take a lot of effort or time. You're going to average about 20 minutes doing this, and you can literally level up your classes fairly quickly. As you can see, I now have 1, 2, and 3 level 20s, and I have a few more that are in the level 19s right now. Brawler and Infiltrator being the 2 that are most closest. But, you know, really, honestly, it's not that difficult. You can do this. There's going to be some gameplay that I'm going to have going on here in the background right after this video, this part of the video is over, just kind of showing you kind of what to expect. I have played this multiple times, and I feel like these are the best methods. I hope that you guys are enjoying your Christmas or happy holidays, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're new here, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification when future videos go live. and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Unlawful citizens will be punished. Reload commencing. Target acquired. There's one. Juvies spotted.
Sentry reloaded!
Got a Juvie here. Juvie.
Need more time. Use target practice.
Kill confirmed. Logging. Acquired.
Time's up, here they come. Years of training.
Barrier repaired. Okay, let's do this.
Even the odds.
It's done. Nice.
Need grenadier. Let's light 'em up. Decoy destroyed. And I'm out. Off the ground.
Only two left. Come on, bring it.